let's talk to Dr. Sean, because there's a massive surge in this drug being used at the moment. Firstly, is it safe for the dog for you to be doing this?
It is safe for the dog. So people are surprised to hear that, human Prozac. It's the same drug, fluoxetine. It's a serotonin reuptake inhibitor is how it works. So it increases the level of feel-good hormone, serotonin in the brain. It helps with anxiety, it helps with mood, it helps with energy levels. And for certain dogs in certain circumstances, it can really improve their quality of life. Because it's important to say that if a dog is in a really anxious state all of the time, that's a welfare issue. That dog is not enjoying itself in normal life. So for some dogs, they do end up on this drug long term. But normally how we prescribe it is as an aid, a short-term aid to get them out of what Emma says, that heightened state of anxiety, so that you can focus on behavioural modification and getting them used to the things that they're afraid of. So normally it's kind of prescribed as a short-term kind of adjunct to behavioural therapy.
So you're not using it forever?
No.
In most
Do you know what's amazing? As you were talking, everything about that, then I was like, wow, we have come a long way since Barbara Woodhouse. Do you remember? It was just like, shit! And now we're sort of like looking at medication, anxiety in pets and all that. It's crazy, like, what goes on now.
Yeah, our approach to dog behaviour has changed, and most of the time now, qualified animal behaviourists are looking at what's motivating a behaviour. Why does the dog do that? Is that a natural and normal and advantageous behaviour for a dog? Or is that really a behavioural issue? And for Chester, he was fearful. One of the symptoms was he would bark. And to a dog, actually, that's quite a clever thing to do, because if he barks at a stranger coming towards him in the park, either mum will take him away from that scary thing, or the stranger will give him a wide berth. And for him, that barking worked. That is an advantageous behaviour, so he'll learn it. And for these little breeds, these are complex little characters, cockapoo, a mixture between a Cocker Spaniel and a Poodle. You've got bags of energy, you've got super intelligence, and they figure things out very well and learn how to cope, but sometimes it can be antisocial, it can cause stress for the owner. It's not nice to have a stressed out dog, is it?
Even though it's called puppy Prozac, you wouldn't give this to puppies, would you?
We don't give it to puppies. Emma did the right thing. She got Chester before the pandemic. That's caused a whole rake of other problems, which we'll get to. She socialised him, she did everything right.
Yeah.
But we can't medicate puppies when they're in that early development phase. And one of the most crucial development phases for puppies especially is called the socialisation window. And that's not, going out for brunch with their mates or going to a puppy class once a week. That's getting them used to everything in the world that they're going to have to get used to and realise it's no problem. A fire engine goes past, or a person in a wheelchair is a common one. People say, my dog's afraid of people in wheelchairs. Probably because they just never experienced it before they were about 18 weeks of age. So really important to socialise them well.
Dr. Sean, just while I've got you, can you prescribe anything for my cat? Because he's got a really bad attitude.
Does he?
Doesn't even look at me.
OK, well, that's just a cat's prerogative, I'm afraid. Yeah,
there's nothing we can do about cats, is there? That's just how they are.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, if someone is watching at home and they're worried about their dog, would you suggest this, or would you say just go and get a full checkup, maybe at the vet?
Yeah, I would never suggest Prozac as a quick fix solution, first solution. It needs to be in concert with a physical exam by your vet, because sometimes some of the symptoms of anxiety, trembling, strange behaviour, aggression, they can be signs of pain, for example, can be signs of neurological issues. So you need a checkup by a vet first, make sure there's no medical cause. Then you need to go, as Emma did, to a qualified animal behaviourist who will come and watch you with your dog and see what's going on. And then, only then, maybe prescribing something to help kind of with the behavioural modification.
Well, he's definitely chilled out, isn't he?
Nice and chill.
Look how chilled out he is.
And he doesn't like fireworks at all.
Does
Out
he
of
not?
everything else, fireworks not a problem.
Oh, my goodness.
At all.
We've had a
right
message here
reply,
from British Small Animal Veterinary Association. Dr. Julian Horde said, fluoxetine could be hugely beneficial, helping more than half of dogs with separation anxiety or dominance aggression, but he also warned against drawing parallels between depressed humans and dogs, saying we don't know whether dogs have the same sort of mental health issues as people.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. I think as society changes and as the role of dogs in society changes, one of the mistakes we're making, I think, is that we're humanising dogs a little too much and we're forgetting that they're dogs.
Yeah.
We're not learning their language. We have expectations of them. You know, we're expecting dogs not to behave like dogs. So there's been a wave of pandemic puppies, and there's been a great study by Dr. Rowena Packer at the Royal Veterinary College looking at the pandemic puppy boom. We saw the population of dogs go from 9.5 million to nearly 14 million in just a couple of years. And by and large, I'm making sweeping statements, but by and large, a lot of them were first-time dog owners, inexperienced dog owners, maybe who hadn't had a dog since their childhood. A lot of the puppies were bred to meet the surge in demand, so not necessarily bred very well or with regard to their temperament.
Yeah.
So there was problems there. And then it was a perfect storm. We were all locked down, so you couldn't socialise your dog. You didn't have access to help, to a behaviourist. You know, so it's not people's fault, but we were all in a situation where some people said, this is the time I can get a dog. And I really want to get a dog. But for me, in my lifestyle, in my work life, I can't get a dog. So I've gone head over heart. But a lot of people went for that. And it has created this wave.
Yeah.
And I think, hopefully, we're riding the crest of that wave now. And the population of dogs that need Prozac, hopefully the next wave along will be better able to cope with life.
So Sean, thank you so much for
absolutely.
explaining so well. And Emma, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Chester, I mean, we can see it's
gorgeous.
working.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely
He'll
I'm
gorgeous.
stay.
taking him home, I think.
He's lovely. He's not having it, look.
Good boy.
Thank you so